In this video, I'm teaching my students how to divide decimal. We will go straight to our first example. We have here 9.75 as our dividend divided by 3. 3 is our divisor. Now, the first thing that we have to do is to relocate our decimal point. To relocate just means that you have to put your decimal point straight up above the numbers. So not on the right, not on the left, but it should be straight up there. That's the first step. The next step now is to divide each digit by the divisor. So the first number that I have here is 9. So I'm going to start with 9. It will be 9 divided by 3, which is equal to 3. Now, how did you get that answer? It is easier if we have memorized our multiplication table, because dividing is always the counterpart of your multiplication. It also goes to say that multiplication will be the counterpart of division. But it's always easier to multiply. That's why it will be a great advantage if we have mastered our multiplication table. So let's get back here. 3 times 3 is equal to 9. And then our basic division will tell us that we have to subtract 9 minus 9, that will be 0. Next is to bring down the second digit, which is 7. Bring it down. So we will write 7 below. So again, we are going to divide 7 by 3, which is equal to 2. Then multiply. We will have 2 times 3 is equal to 6. Now take note that the answer to 7 divided by 3, I put it on top of 7. Why is that so? It's because we are dividing 7. So the answer to that should be put or written on top of 7. All right, let me go ahead. So you have 2 times 3 is equals to 6. So again, we are going to subtract. 7 minus 6 is equal to 1. Then we are now on our third digit, which is 5. You are going to bring down 5 here. So it will be, the number becomes 15. So again, 15 divided by 3 is equal to 5. 5 times 3, 5 times 3 is equal to 15. Then again, we subtract. 15 minus 15 is equal to 0. All right. This is an easy number because the smaller the number, the easier it will be. So let's have another example which will be a bigger number. But you take note that the steps that we are doing in this simple number is exactly the same step that we will be doing once we are dividing a bigger number. So it's important that we understand the principle of division, because if we understand that, we will know what to do whatever number is given to us. So let me go to the second number, which is a little bit bigger than the first one that we did. Okay, the second number, we will have 236.4. I always say point. What I really mean to say is 236 and 4/10. But most of the time, it's convenient for me to say 236.4. All right, that's our dividend. the divisor will be 6. So again, like what we did in the first example, we have to relocate the decimal point. So again, it should be straight up, straight up. So I will put my decimal point straight up. There we go. That's the decimal point. Now the next step, as we have done here, is to divide each digit at a time. So I'm going to start with 2. So I will begin by 2 divided by 6, which we cannot do that because our dividend is small and our divisor is big. So we will move on to the second digit, which is 3. And in this case, it will make the number 23. No longer 2 and no longer 3. We will combine it to make it 23. So how much is 23 divided by 6? Again, I will move back to my multiplication table. So 23 divided by 6 is equal to 3. I will put the answer on top of 3 because this is on top of the digit 3, the second digit, wherein I combine 2 and 3. So 3 times 6 is 18. We go back to our basic division. So we will have 23 minus 18 is equal to 5. We have a remainder which is 5. So don't worry about that because we are going to bring down the third digit which is 6. So in bringing down the third digit 6, our number now becomes 56. So 56 divided by 6, again, I'm gonna do my multiplication table. So 56 divided by 6, let me start with the number 9. 9 times 6 is equal to 54. My multiplication table says 9 times 5 is 36. 9 times 6 is 54. So that is how the multiplication table becomes handy when we are dividing. So next step is to subtract. So we will have 56 minus 54, or you can say 6 minus 4 is 2. Now we are not done. Again, we have a remainder. We are going to bring down our last and the fourth digit, which is 4. So in bringing it down, our number now becomes 24. So again, 24 divided by 6. I will go back to my multiplication table. That will be equal to 4 because 4 times 6 is equal to 24. I will subtract 24 minus 24, which is equal to a 0. So, there you go. Dividing a decimal is as easy as remembering our steps. So, our first step is to relocate or put your decimal point straight up. I'm writing it down. Point straight up. The second step is to divide one digit at a time. All right, there you go. And I will include the third step. You have to master your multiplication table. All right, those are the 3 simple steps. I say it's simple. It's because if you know these steps, any number that's given to you, whether it's a small number, a big number, these are the basic steps on how to deal with division, especially dividing decimal. All right, hope this is a blessing to all of you. I will see you again in my next video.